I don't know. No, it was like a shut off. I feel like
oh no. Yeah, fixed it. $47. Does anybody need to go over number 47?
47, that's my favorite number.
Anybody need to go over 47? All right. So, do you remember probability from like way back when, a long time ago? Okay. So when it says, probability denotes. Okay. So look what it says right here. And. Do you remember what and meant to do in probability? Add, subtract, multiply, or divide? Nope. 3 more. It means multiply. So the one that has multiplication is D. Does that make sense to everybody? I know it's been a minute since you've seen it. All right, what about number 48? Does anybody need 48? Yeah? Okay. All right, in geometry, you see this little triangle that forms right here? Okay, guys, so look. If you have your x is 4, then where is 4 at on this triangle if x is 4?
Is it on the blue or where you just marked?
The blue is the where I just marked. No, that is not. No. It's got 3 lines right here.
Wait,
which one is the 4?
Right
No,
is it the one where it starts
lines.
that little circle?
Lines. You have 3 lines. It is the x-axis, Leslie. Thank you.
We have a few
Reagan, I'm sorry, Reagan. Very good, Reagan. All right. So if your y is -3, then where is that at?
And today we would like to encourage the upperclassmen to talk to the lowerclassmen to make
You mean bottom.
Thank you, and y'all have a good day.
This one.
Is that all we have
Next
today?
with our Black History Month announcement.
Hold on, we'll come back to it. So, Megas, which one of these is the -3?
On the y-axis and very bottom.
Very good. The straight one up and down here, the y-axis. Okay. So in geometry, you learned about a certain kind of triangle that had a 3, 4, and you should already know this piece right here. Does anybody remember what it was from geometry?
3, 4, 3.
Not 3, 4, 3.
No, yeah.
That is the hypotenuse, but how much is it? It's a special kind of triangle, 3, 4 something.
3, 4, 5.
3, 4, 5, Tyler. Very good. So you already know what that is. All right, you remember SOHCAHTOA?
Yeah.
SOHCAHTOA.
That's definitely an S.
So,
Okay, so you want to have cosine, right? No, what it wanted? Yeah, cosine of theta. So cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse. Oh. Yeah, I'm trying to go too fast. All right, so right here, from this angle, it wants the adjacent. Which one's adjacent, 4 or 5?
Jason is 4.
The adjacent is 4 because 5 is the hypotenuse. There you go. So 4 over 5, which is J. Okay? Pretty easy problem, but a lot of you let it freak you out, okay? All right, put your phones up for me. All right, what about 49? We need 49? Anybody need 49? Can I do it? Yep. All right, so let's say we plug in a number, any number, right? What is the answer always going to be for number 2? Positive or negative? This one's always going to be positive, right? And what about number 3? Is it going to be positive or negative? It's going to be negative because the negative is outside, right? Are 2 and 3 ever going to be the same? No. So any ones that have 2 and 3 together, we're going to mark out. So it can't be C and it can't be D. Okay, does that make sense to everybody? Kind of? Nobody saying anything? I got a couple of heads shaking. Okay, if absolute values means it always positive. So anything in here is always going to turn to positive. Okay, this is always going to be positive, but because of that negative outside, it's always going to make it negative. A positive and a negative can never be the same. So 2 and 3 can never be the same. So that means it cannot be C because it has 2 and 3 together, and it cannot be D because it has 2 and 3 together. Those are never going to be equal. because 7 and -7 are never the same thing. All right, so here we go. We've either got A, B, or E, okay? So let's look at the first one. So the first one, what's the opposite of a square? A square root, which you got right here, right? So those are going to cancel each other out.
So it's just a negative.
So, huh?
It's gonna be a positive, so it's gonna be.
So what is it, Tyler?
Wait, is it just a negative?
It's just a negative x left, right? So which ones are always going to be the same?
1 and 2. 1 and 3.
1 and 3 are going to be the same.
Because they didn't have the thing.
Because they both have the negatives, right?
Yeah, never mind. If it's got the 2 lines in front of it, it makes it a positive, but if it doesn't have that, it's
What two? Like, you mean these absolute value bars?
Yeah.
Yes. But see how this negative was outside on the part C or part 3?
negative.
Yep. All right. What about number 50? Last one we did yesterday. Anybody need number 50? Yeah, you need it? Okay. All right, here we go. It says, which ones can you not justify? So AB is parallel to E. So here's AB, right? And here's EF. Are those going to always be parallel? Yes or no? Huh? Yes. Why? Because what do they both have? The 90 angles, right? Which means they're both vertical. So it's not that one because that is justifiable. All right, so DE, this one right here, is perpendicular to BE. What does the definition of perpendicular mean? Like, how do you know the two lines are perpendicular? What? How do they run into each other? They do run into each other, but how? Like, they cross how, but, and they make a what? When they cross, what do they make? None of X. Like when they cross like this, right? Y'all are saying they cross? They do. That means they're perpendicular, but there's something special that means they're perpendicular, some kind of special angle. A right angle. There you go. And look right there where they meet. They meet right there is a right angle. So that means that they are the same. So I'm trying to find the one that's not the same. So ABC, no, ACB, this one right here, and FCE, this one right here. Are those two equal?
Yeah.
What kind of angles are those? Starts with a V.
V.
Uh-huh. V as in violin?
Vertex.
No.
No, it's
Vertical.
Oh, no.
Vertical. They're vertical angles. So those are not, those are congruent. I need one that's not congruent. So BAC, this triangle right here, and EFC, this triangle right here. Are those two congruent? Are those two equal? Huh? Yes, because what kind of angles do they have right here? 90. These two are equal, which means these angles, these sides are congruent. So remember angle, side, angle that y'all did with triangles in geometry a long time ago? So the only one left is K. How would these two angles be the same? These two sides would be the same if these two angles were the same. You had to have the two bottom ones. I know, well, you don't know these two are the same. You don't know these two angles are the same. So you can't say these two sides are the same. They have one angle that's the same. They look the same, but you can't always assume that they're the same. All right, so we only got a few more left, and then you've got about a month and a half left until we have the real ACT for juniors. So look on the board up there. The next ACT that you can pay for is April the 8th. If you're a junior, I wouldn't suggest paying for that because you're going to get to take it free the next week, right after that. Seniors do not take it at school for free. You took it as a junior last year. Yeah, Tyler?
Does the free one that juniors get have the writing on it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it's the whole shebang. All right, so if you're a senior or if you're a junior, the last chance that you can take it this year is June 10th. Now, Thompson does not offer it June 10th, but Pelham does, UAB does, and I think Collier does, and I don't know who else, but I know those do. All right, so grab your study guide. We're going to finish up today, and we got a test tomorrow. Yeah, the next one's April 8th.
When do you sign up for that?
By March the 3rd, I think it is. Yeah, look at the on the board. Registration date's March the 3rd.
So I can go up to the office and sign up?
No, you have to go to act.org, baby. All right. So let's work on our study guides.